In power amplifiers, the output signal varies for a full 360 of the cycle. A class A, B class B or AB, C class C, D class D. The correct answer is class A. In class B power amplifiers, the output signal varies for of the cycle. A 360, B 180, C between 180 and 360, D less than 180. The correct answer is 180. Amplifiers have the highest overall efficiency. A class A, B class B or AB, C class C, D class D. The correct answer is class D. Power amplifiers primarily provide sufficient power to an output load, typically from 2. A few kW, tens of kW, B 500 watts 1 kilowatt, C 100 watts 500 watts, D a few W, tens of W. The correct answer is a few W, tens of W. The reflected impedance seen from one side of the transformer to the other side is A N1 N2, B N1 N22, C N1 N213, D N1 N2. The correct answer is N1 N22. In a class A transformer coupled amplifier, the value of V CEmax and the value of V CEmin, the efficiency to from the theoretical limit of 50. A larger smaller farther, B larger smaller closer, C smaller larger closer, D none of the above. The correct answer is larger smaller closer. Class D operation can achieve power efficiency of over A 90, B 78.5, C 50, D 25. The correct answer is 90. In Fourier technique, any periodic distorted waveform can be represented by the fundamental and all harmonic components: A multiplying, B subtracting, C dividing, D adding. The correct answer is adding. The beta of a power transistor is generally A more than 200, B 100 to 200, C less than 100, D 0. The correct answer is less than 100. The fundamental component is typically any harmonic component: A larger than, B the same as, C smaller than, D none of the above. The correct answer is larger than. The main features of a large signal amplifier are the A circuit's power efficiency, B maximum amount of power that the circuit is capable of handling, C impedance matching to the output, D all of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. The slope of the AC load line in the class A transformer coupled transistor is A1 RL load resistor, B1 A2 RL, C1 A2 RL, D1 RL. The correct answer is 1 A2 RL. The has the hottest temperature in a power transistor: A heat sink, B case, C junction, D none of the above. The correct answer is junction. The complementary Darlington-connected transistor for a Class B amplifier provides output current and output resistance: A higher higher, B higher lower, C lower lower, D lower higher. The correct answer is higher lower. The greater the power handled by the power transistor, the case temperature: A the higher, B the lower, C there is no change in, D none of the above. The correct answer is the higher. A Class A amplifier dissipates power when the load is drawing maximum power from the circuit: A the least, B about the same, C the most, D none of the above. The correct answer is the least. The highest efficiency is obtained in Class B operation when the level of VLP is equal to A 0.25 VCC, B 0.50 VCC, C VCC, D 2 VCC. The correct answer is VCC. Transistors can be used to build a Class B amplifier. A NPN and PNP, B NMOS and PMOS, C both NPN and PNP or NMOS and PMOS. D none of the above. The correct answer is both NPN and PNP or NMOS and PMOS. Improvement in production techniques of power transistors have A. Produced higher power ratings in small-sized packaging cases. B. Increased the maximum transistor breakdown voltage. C. Provided faster switching power transistors. D. All of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. The amount of power dissipated by the transistor is the of that drawn from the DC supply set by the bias point and the amount delivered to the AC load. A. Summation. B. Product. C. Difference. D. Average. The correct answer is difference. In a Class A transformer coupled power amplifier, winding resistance of the transformer determines the DC load line for the circuit. A. The AC. B. The DC. C. Both the AC and DC. D. Neither the AC nor DC. The correct answer is the DC. A form of Class A amplifier having maximum efficiency of uses a transformer to couple the output signal to the load. A 90. B 78.5. C 50. D 25. The correct answer is 50. A heat sink provides thermal resistance between case and air. A high. B a low. C the same. D none of the above. The correct answer is a low. In Class B operation, the current drawn from a single power supply has the form of rectified signal. A full wave. B a half wave. C both a full wave and a half wave. D none of the above. The correct answer is a full wave. A power amplifier is limited to use at one fixed frequency. A Class A, B Class B or AB, C Class C, D Class D. The correct answer is Class C.